Now let's solve the Natas level 26. First of all, let's log in with the credentials. On logging in, we can see that we have 4 input options and a line saying draw a line and a button. Now let's try and enter some random numbers into the input field. On pressing draw, we can see that a black image with a red line is shown to us. Now this is not much useful to us, so let's check the source code of the website. In the source code, at the bottom we can see that first of all the session is started, then it is checked if the drawing cookie exists or the x1, x2, y1, y2 are input through the get request, and then a new image file is created with the session ID, and draw image, show image and store data function are called. So let's check the functions one by one. In the draw image function, first of all, a image is created with a size 400, 300, and the image create true color creates a image with a black background. Then a draw from user data function is called. In the draw from user data function, we can see that it checks if the x1, x2, y1, y2 are input to the input fields or the drawing cookie is present. If it is so, it creates a image with the given coordinates. Here we can see that it also uses an unserialize function. Basically, serialization is used to maintain the serial order of things which we want to pass in a program, and unserialize is used to get back the PHP code from the serialized version. Then there is a image PNG function which stores the image in the given file name which is input in the draw image function, and then it draws the image. The next function is the show image function. The show image function simply outputs the image. Then we have the store data function. In the store data function, we can see that a new object of type array is created, and if the x1, x2 and y1, y2 are input through the get request, then these are copied in the new object and ultimately they are put in the drawing cookie, and the cookie is set by serializing as we saw in the above function, and then it is base 64 encoded. In the source code, we also have an interesting class which is the logger class. It has log file variable, init message variable and exit message variable. The constructor initializes the message, init message, exit message and the log file. Then it writes the initial message into the file which is stored in the log file variable. Then there is a log function which opens the log file and writes the message input in the log function. Then there is a destruct function. So the destruct function will be called when the object of this class is destroyed, which happens when the program is completely executed and ends. So here we can see that it opens the file which is stored in the log file variable and writes the message in the exit message into the file and then closes the file. Our main aim is to get the password for Natas level 27, which will be found in the file of this type. So we want to find a way to access the contents of this file. Now what we will do is we will use the drawing cookie and input a object of type logger class, and we will initialize it with our own values of log file, init message and exit message according to our need of accessing the contents of this file. So what we will do is we will set the log file name to a random PHP file which will store the contents of the directory, this directory, and in the exit message we will write a PHP code which will be executed, and the contents of this directory are ultimately stored in the log file. So we will use a PHP code to first of all create a class, create an object of type logger, and then we will also serialize it and base 64 encode it, as over here it is base 64 decoded and unserialized. As you can see, this is the PHP code we have used. In this, we have created our own construct method. In this, we have set the init message to XYZ, as it does not matter, as we will anyways be using destructor method. Then we have set the exit message to be passed through cat and the directory in which the password for Natas 27 is present. The pass through command basically executes whatever command is input in it. So in this file we will find the password for Natas level 27, and here we have created the object and found the serialized base 64 encoded and URL encoded form of this object. We will copy this and put in the drawing cookie, for which we will be using the Burp Suite software. As we have done till now, I have logged in the browser of Burp Suite and turned the intercept on, reloaded the page, and here we can see that we have a drawing cookie. So basically we want to change this value with the output of our PHP code. We will copy this value and paste it over there. As you can see, I have pasted it over here. Now I will forward the request. After forwarding, we can see that an error occurs, as instead of an array, we are trying to input the object of a logger class type. So let's check the file in which our code is executed and the output is stored. Here we can see that the password for Natas level 27 is clearly visible to us.